Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Bullets, Barbells, and BBQ podcast. I'm your host, Brett. The artist formerly known as Heavy C is not with us today. I got multiple injuries, Matt. We have Tanner the Head. The nice Tanner. We have our show partners, Elite Nutrition. Check them out at elitenutritionomaha.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off, or go to the store in Omaha or Lincoln and yell B3.
Get a free shaker.
Any year-end sales you're having? This is our last show of 2024.
Not really. No. we had a Black Friday sale and we had some stuff on clearance, but it's time to roll now. All of our pricing is already better or at internet pricing anyways, so it's like every day's a normal sale. It's hilarious. I was talking with someone yesterday. I'm like, there is stuff on Amazon. Like we had stuff on Amazon that it just sold for more dollars than in the store. People just think the internet's cheaper.
Oh, 100%.
It's like this,
Yeah.
Oh, if it's on the internet, it's cheaper. It is not true.
No, same thing like Sam's, Costco, Amazon. Like, oh, well, yeah, it's got to be cheaper there. I'm like,
Sometimes.
So most of the time, yes. If you were to
Sometimes.
just like pick 10,000 things and buy them, like you're probably going to get cheaper in general.
Yeah.
But
Amazon's not always,
No.
Amazon is just not always cheaper.
no. If you go through Google
Shopping.
Edge,
Oh,
if you're on the
Microsoft
Edge, Microsoft Edge, yeah. If you're on the Microsoft Edge, they have their smart AI that knows if you're shopping for something, you find a price and you look at it, the AI will do a quick search for that product and will say this is higher or lower on average by some percentage.
Yep.
So it like does that automatic price check for you.
I've seen that. Or if you're looking for coupons, it'll tell you if there's coupons for the site.
Yep.
Yep.
Coupons.
And I don't know if Edge, it's like on Google, you can use the incognito to shop for like especially airline flights.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah, you
stuff
told me
like
about that.
if you go just look through like Google Shopping or Expedia or something, the little, I assume they're cookies, but like the little memories that it has of like what you've looked for, Google will know that and will not always show you the cheapest price, especially if you look for flights multiple times. It's like, oh, Tanner's looking for flights to Toledo. And so if you look 4 or 5 times but you don't buy, then it'll move the price up because he's like, oh, he wants to go, but he's just, hasn't pulled the trigger, but he's probably going to go. If you go incognito, it's like a fresh search every time.
Yep.
And you're generally more apt to get lower prices. I think Edge has that already built into it. From the AI,
worst part is the rest of Edge is trash.
I don't know. We use it for work a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Google's by far the best search engine out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I used to really enjoy Yahoo.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yahoo used to be pretty solid. I was laid out, but Yahoo's kind of fell apart.
What happened to Yahoo? I think Yahoo Finance is still a thing.
I still have Yahoo Mail. That's like that's my main mailbox. People are like, really? And I was like, it's not fucking Hotmail.
Oh, we get email addresses from people, and I got a couple AOL ones
Yeah.
not that long ago. I'm like, that's still a thing?
Hey, man, if it works for you.
Still chugging along.
We also have Rosewood Block. They make the best cutting boards and barbecue, fully customizable. Check them out at rosewoodblock.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off there. And we have the Midwest Mecca, Omaha Barbell. If you want to get jacked or strong.
Or both.
Yeah, or anything you want to do. We're the perfect fit for everyone.
Most.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a little bit of everything for everybody. So if you haven't been here,
True.
check us out. Or you can follow us on the grams at Omaha Barbell. See our updates. And who's it's and what's it's.
Get some new faces dropping in over the Christmas time, like students.
Yeah, we got students. We do a little student pass. That's coming up. It's almost coming. We do a student summer pass also for 3 months for the cheer-in when they're out of school. But
True.
you won't be let down.
I finished off that Crown Apple. This thing's like 3/4 Crown. That's too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we played some Golden Tea yesterday, and Matt was trying to get me hammered.
No, I was just like nudging gently.
Yeah,
could've done more.
I walked out of the room for a second, came back, and my glass was just magically full again. But we did.
With the review in it.
Well, same color. But we did have the old drum smoker running outside. Matt brought in a beef tenderloin.
Ooh.
It's fucking.
Dude, it was so good.
We just sat here like a couple of fat kids, just cut it into slices.
We ate the whole thing.
Ate the whole thing.
It was like, what, 2 pounds pre-smoke?
Yeah.
Just ate it. Stood here and ate it. Didn't even like leave to ask it. Just ate it.
No sides, no anything. We're like, oh, you think they might want to try some? Probably. That was so good.
We did what, the first 20 or 30 minutes over a pan, so it was indirect heat, and then we rolled it right over.
Yeah. First 30 minutes, right? Because we put it in when it was like 275.
Yeah.
15-minute timer. Checked it at 15. Was good. Checked it another 15. It was good. And then, yeah, we rolled it over.
For like another 10 or 15 to over direct flame. But now we were on the top rack of the barrel, so it's a little further away from the heat still. But
So that's
and it was
like
running. It was running at like 325 at that point.
That's a tube fillet, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Filet, but just a tube.
So where'd you get that from?
So
Cure?
fucking good. Yeah.
There's a Wagyu. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to go to Cure, they got some. Or do they still have some, or is that like a limited thing?
They probably won't carry any now. Like they close. I mean, they'll be open. Yeah, they'll be open till New Year's, but then after New Year's, they close for like the whole month of January.
Really? Mm-hmm. To just learn more meat handling skills?
I think they're just tired of dealing with humans over the holidays.
Makes sense.
So they're just like, nah, we're good.
Like they're British. Don't British have like a holiday for like a month where they just don't do anything?
Yeah. But yeah, if you go to Cure, like the holidays, they'll always have it. Otherwise, you can special order it.
It was super good. Yeah, and if you got a drum smoker.
That was the first time I'd done a filet. I was like, how long do we cook it? I was like, I don't know. The internet said like 45 minutes to it.
We had our old Thermopen Insta read out there.
Yeah.
It was Thermopen 1. It's a 1 second read.
I did one a few months ago. It's freaking money.
And he just seasoned it with Blanco from Meat Church. That's all he put on it. And we
It doesn't
did
take
some.
much.
And we did some hickory
So good.
chunks in there.
Yeah, that barrel added so much flavor.
Dude, you should, if you have and I'm sure it's any wood burner, but if you do tallow, it adds so much smoke flavor to the tallow. Like as soon as you open the jar, you can smell it, and then as soon as we put it on in the pan, it just smells like hickory smoke. Super good.
That was good.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a little year in review, our goals, and we could talk about because where this is gonna come out on New Year's Eve.
Oh, perfect.
What we were talking about before, like a lot of the bowl games. And we talked the contract thing's got to happen. It just makes all the non-playoff bowl games like a Pro Bowl game, and just like half the people don't care, and they just like enter the transfer portal, and it's like it's hard to like know what your team's gonna do because you don't know who's playing.
Right.
It's just there's got to be. I mean, I'm all for these kids. They want to make some money. It's great, especially if they're maybe not quite good enough to make it to the NFL, but they can make some coin. But man, there's got to be contracts. Like these kids, they go into the bowl games, and it's like fucking so-and-so's entering the portal, so-and-so's done this, and I'm like, at least don't open the portal till after the bowl games. But yeah, it's just like any game that's not
Well, the reason they do is because of the January semester.
Yeah.
So they have to have some time to be able to switch schools.
So if they hit the new school for the January for like the spring semester, then they can play in the fall.
No, they can just practice at spring ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's in March or April.
Yeah. Okay.
So they can get enrolled and they can go. Actually, the high school kids that are coming in that enroll in January, they can actually go to the bowl game.
Yes.
So they can practice for these 15 practices or whatever they had for the last month. So like Chris Jones, who just played in the state title game, he could practice.
That's right.
So I mean, exactly.
I wonder if NIL money and stuff changes if college football rolls up under NCAA like every other sport.
They should
Like,
stay
it
out
ha-
of
it would
it.
have
The
to
NCAA has fucked college football and they need to go away.
Well, they're the one that caused this whole debacle.
They caused the entire problem.
Right,
The
but
NCAA is a spineless fucking.
Right, because BCS, like college football is the only college sport that's not NCAA controlled, right? I thought
they're NCAA controlled up until the championship. So the playoffs are not NCAA controlled.
yeah,
The
okay, yeah.
NCAA tournament for basketball or volleyball or baseball,
There's no
college World
NCAA
Series.
football championship. It's the BCS.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That's where the difference.
Yeah, because two things. They should have gave the players money way back then. And the NCAA fucked around forever and never did a playoff system. Although every other sport had a playoff system, they never did one for college
When
football.
did BCS come into it? Like when did
The BCS came in late 90s, I think, early 2000s.
Wasn't it during when Nebraska split it with Michigan? That was a BCS game, wasn't it?
No.
we have like
I don't think so, because the
Rose
reason
Bowl,
it
Orange
wasn't a
Bowl,
BCS game is they didn't play each other.
Oh, that was just based off the polls, right? Who went to that? Yeah, okay. That was
So, but
that was
like,
the NCAA's stupid design there.
but that was towards the end of it.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of degraded the bowl games.
Well, I think bowl games are kind of stupid anyways.
There's
but-
what, 60 of them? Something
Yeah,
like
there's
that? Or
too
30,
many.
At least 30. Maybe it's 64.
I mean, the only
Make
one that
bowl
matters
games.
is the Pop-Tarts Bowl because the trophy has a toaster in it.
the Duke
Does it
Mayo.
come with Pop-Tarts?
And I love Pop-Tarts. Oh, I assume you probably get some
The Duke
Pop-Tarts.
Mayo Bowl is pretty fun.
The Dude
Dude, they
Mayo?
have a Duke's eating contest, don't they?
Oh, Duke's Mail. I thought you said Dude Mail. I was like, whoa.
Don't
What's
they?
Dude Mail? Is that Playboy?
Is that where they have the eating contest? Those at half or people eat?
Eat mayo?
Yeah, they had like a mayo eating contest last year. One of the games.
Well, was it? I don't know if they have a mayo. So they do like mayo nachos, like mayo, like,
Dude, Duke's mayo is so fucking good though. I might eat it on nachos.
and then
too.
they dump like the winning coach gets like
Mayoed.
mayo dumped. Yeah.
Do you guys remember on MTV there was a show called Rad Chicks? It was like Jackass, but like these hot lesbian chicks, and they had to do all this weird shit. And one of them, they had the wheel of something.
Were they actually lesbians?
I don't know. They were rad though, and the only other human being I've heard call a chick rad was a lesbian, so I just assume.
That's probably a good statistic.
Yeah. So very, very, very strong case there. But anyways, so these four hot chicks would do. It was like Jackass, but like just these four hot chicks, and they had it was like the wheel of something, but it had all this weird shit that they had to eat, and one of them was mayonnaise, and so it was like a bowl, like a big mixing bowl of mayonnaise that they had to eat.
Like
right?
I like mayo on my hamburger, but I'm not.
They had to do that. They had to do it with like there was ketchup. There was one of them was Whores in the Shire sauce. But he just had. But I distinctly remember the mayo one because the chick just crushed it. Like she ate the entire bowl of mayonnaise and seemed to be like unfazed. Yeah, exactly. It's just the texture of like that much mayo. Like,
I mean, the texture wouldn't bother you. Let's not lie.
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah. But Duke's mayo.
yeah. So look up Rad Chicks.
So Nebraska 31-17.
What's the picks like? The spread's 4, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Nebraska will win. I mean, we didn't even know what Boston College's mascot was until yesterday.
What
You
is
know what
it?
it is?
No.
I think it's the Eagles or something like that.
Oh yeah, the screaming. Are they the Screaming Eagles?
No, that was the Minnesota State. That was on Coach.
Oh, that was on Coach.
Minnesota State Screaming Eagles.
That was a great show, by the way.
That was a great show.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. No, I think
Who's the
Nebraska.
big blonde guy on there?
Dauber.
Dauber.
Dauber Dubinsky. Yeah, and then you had Luther, which was Jerry Van Dyke, Dick Van Dyke's brother.
Yep.
Yeah, an old coach Hayden Fox.
Hayden Fox.
Yeah, no, I think Nebraska will win the game. They play the Pinstripe Bowl, which by the time
What
this
is the
airs, it'll be
Pinstripe
over.
Bowl? Who sponsors the Pinstripe?
Mowers, bad boy Mowers.
Bad Boy Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing. It's cool. They're playing at Yankee
Good
Stadium.
Mowers.
That's pretty cool. That's why it's called the Pinstripe Bowl. They're playing at Yankee Stadium.
Okay. That's
Which is
neat.
funny. I told the story when Amber and I were in New York some years back when she did New York Fashion Week. She would have to go out the month before for like runway makeup class. And so I just walked around New York while she was in class, and I was talking to the guy at our hotel. I was like, "Hey, will this train take me to Yankee Stadium?" He was like, "Are you gonna go by yourself?" And I was like, "What's the plan?" I was like, "Ugh, probably not a good idea." He was like up in the Bronx. He was
Yeah.
like, "Probably not a good idea." So I didn't go.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have gone. Just
Weak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
no.
you
I mean,
weren't there.
part of the fact was like don't care at all about baseball. I just thought Yankee Stadium's like a historical place to see, but I didn't care that much. If I was like a diehard Yankees fan, I would have fucking went.
I don't care about baseball, but I went to a game at Fenway and sat in the outfield, and that was a blast.
Oh, dude,
I don't
people-
really remember
yeah.
much of it. 'Cause I
People
got
watching
pretty
at
hammered.
baseball, people watching at baseball games is super fun.
Like in-person baseball.
Yeah.
Yes, I can do that. Like
Yeah.
at home
And you know what?
baseball.
I like highlights. I'll watch baseball highlights on ESPN because that's cool. Like some of those hits and catches and everything else. Somebody getting blasted in the face with the ball. Yeah, I'll watch that. But yeah, no, Nebraska will be Boston College and bring home the pinstripe trophy.
Yep.
What's the trophy look like? Is it like a mower?
No, it's actually not anything spectacular
This
from the
Babe
picture. I
Ruth
saw.
jersey.
Or no, maybe I did see. I saw. Where did I see? What's the one Colorado's playing in? I saw that trophy, and that was nothing impressive.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really, I mean, I'm going to watch the game because it's football, and there's only so many football games a year. And we're going to be 8 months without football here pretty fucking quick.
No, man, they got the fucking UFL, bro.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
So you don't care about football?
I care about good football.
No,
Whoa, AJ Martinez played fucking pretty good.
Okay. He was MVP
He is. And then he went to the Jets as a backup
to Aaron Rodgers,
who sucks.
who's terrible.
There's nothing better than watching Aaron Rodgers lose every game. It's just like the best thing ever. I don't even dislike the Jets. I don't even care. I just like to watch him lose because he just treated the Green Bay fans like such shit. Like when he was leaving there. I mean, you got to be some kind of a piece of shit when your whole family won't talk to you.
Yeah.
Like no one. There's always like one that'll talk to him. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Year in review.
Year in review. We got our year-end stats.
Yeah.
For the podcast from old Buzzsprout where we host our audio. This doesn't have anything to do with our YouTubers. But we were in the top 50 again. And I was telling Tanner to make it to the top 1%. You guys really need to help us out because we need 4,700 downloads in the first 7 days. So you guys really need to fucking step it up.
Yeah.
We need to hire one of those like offshore, bots.
We need to get some bots.
Yeah, but we're in the top 50 of all the podcasts they host, which they're a pretty big podcast host.
Top 50%, top 50.
Top 50%.
Yeah.
Our most popular city was Omaha. And then we had Kansas City.
And
then Singapore was number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were in
Got that
32
bot farm.
32 countries. I don't think it's a bot farm when there's 128.
yeah, there
It's
was
a small bot farm.
there wasn't a whole lot of downloads. It's like there's someone on base there or something.
Probably.
That would be my guess, or a few people.
Who would that be?
I don't know. But we were in 32 countries. U.S., Singapore,
Canada,
Canada.
soon to be the 51st state.
Have you seen all those commercials? Like, we are not a 51st state.
Dude, it's so funny.
Germany and Hong Kong. Have you seen that guy? He's a Canadian guy, and he's talking about Americans on the job site. Like, he's asking him questions. Is that an imperial ton or a metric ton or a shit ton? Like, what are we working with here? and it's a Canadian guy doing it. And he was like, I don't know, ask those fucking snow Mexican Canadians. He calls them snow Mexicans. I was like, I have never heard that before. But it's just a Canadian dude playing like a bunch of different roles. Pretty solid. Our top episode last year was the Norwegian 4x4.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when we had Ed on there.
People were awfully disappointed when they actually listened
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Like,
what they thought.
all right, I'm in. Yeah.
Then our episode with Ed, then with Sean Perk from Florida, strength coach. Dr. Seaman was on there, and then a nutrition one. So, yeah, 32 countries, top 50. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Legit.
Not bad. We could be better.
Yeah.
A
Well,
little less shitty.
A little less shitty. Which I feel like that's, at least mine is my goal for next year is to do some more. I know we keep talking about it. I just need to do it. More content.
yeah.
Start doing some more how-to or quick informative videos, little 5 to 10 minute videos. Barbell After Dark. We'll do some videos when the gym's closed.
Barbell before light.
Probably more like that.
Yeah, but it sounds,
Barbell before breakfast.
yeah. But yeah, get more content out there. And Matt and I were talking about yesterday, we've always had our idea of we want to make it people that listen better. So our slogan of being a little less shitty every day is anybody we have on the show, ask them what they do to be a little less shitty every day. Everybody has some kind of routine, something they do, whether it's, you make your bed first thing in the morning or, whatever. There's different things like
It's a
that.
waste of time.
Do you guys make your bed?
Fuck no.
I make my bed before I go to bed.
Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, you can do that anytime, right?
I just don't do it. Well, I leave before Amber does.
Mm.
But I just make because I like it to be like, I like the blankets and everything to be even on the bed and not a clusterfuck.
True.
I enjoy a clusterfuck blankets.
I do not. There's nothing worse than like just being all twisted up or like not even or like
It's already like I already sleep hot. Like when I get twisted up in a blanket.
oh, dude. Yeah, you try to get out and you can't. And it's just like
a foot gets hooked and then you're pissed and
then you're sweating more because now you're pissed.
right, especially with a CPAP, then you feel like someone's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
But yeah, that's kind of my goal. Just try to get more content.
I'm not sure that as an adult I have ever made my bed.
I can tell. Look at you.
Yeah.
You look disheveled.
It's
I'm just kidding. We're supposed to be nicer to Tanner this year.
Yeah, but that's
no,
next year.
I have never
His mom called the show and said we need to be nicer to him.
I have never found the point. I've never found the point. You're just gonna mess it up anyways.
Well, I don't make
Yeah,
it
but
for
it's
the
like you
day.
take a shower because
You're dirty.
But you're gonna mess it up again. So just fuck it. Just let it.
Are you
roll.
one of the people you don't dust because it's just gonna get dusty
No,
again?
I dust. Oh, well, I mean, I don't really dust, but the house is dusty.
But it's just gonna get. It's just gonna get.
I mean, I don't.
I mean,
it's just gonna get
just
dusty
dusted
again.
a ceiling fan the other day,
It's just gonna get dusty again.
That's the worst. That's so disgusting.
but it builds up. It builds up like your bed doesn't just automatically just keep getting worse
yeah,
and
it
worse.
does.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
100% it does.
No.
From like when you first make your bed that first morning, like it's gonna be a little disheveled, and then if you don't straighten
There
that
is a
bitch out,
limit to disheveling.
Right, there
and
is
all
a
you have
limit.
to do is like just.
But it does get
There's no
progressively
limit to
worse.
being funky by smell. There's no limit to dust buildup. There's no limit to your grass growing. Like, yes, it's going to grow, but you still mow it because it'll just keep growing taller. Like your bed can only get so fucked
Yeah, but
up.
you know when you like.
I mean, all you
eventually
really
you
have to do
frost.
is like spread a blanket out and then.
But you know when you like fluff your blanket up in the air to make it even, it probably throws all the dead skin out of your bed that you've left in there.
Oh, so yours is just on the floor?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the air. Duh.
I'm not fucking laying in it. Duh.
Yeah, you are. Your sheets don't get fluffed.
How do you know? Maybe I have a little air compressor. I blow it off.
You don't.
You don't know what's in my
Do
bedroom.
you?
Did you? It's like, do you?
Wait a minute.
Wait,
do
they make
I,
that?
Do I need one?
No.
Well, no, you don't make your bed.
No.
Does Nicole make the bed?
I mean, if the bed is going to be made, she will be the one that makes it.
Okay.
I've just never found the point.
Okay.
Seems inefficient.
Doesn't the military make it like a real big deal to make your bed?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but I think it's part of a bigger like
Well,
structured
yeah.
order thing. I do. I like it.
Do you
I
make-
do it when I travel too, like in the hotel.
that's what people like. The people come in your room make your bed for you.
No.
I usually don't let those people in.
I usually don't either, but I just usually left my bed.
I shouldn't say those people. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't usually
I just don't
let
like
them
people
in.
in my room.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but there's a couple of hotels that I
Sometimes I'll leave change around to see if it's still there when they come in.
I've done. Like I've left money out, and like I've never had an issue with any hotel.
But yeah, every once in a while I'll throw some change out and just.
Actually, had the maintenance guy help me put my wheel came off my little roller bag the other day, and like maintenance guy, I saw him and I was like, "Hey man, do you have an Allen wrench?" And he's like, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "Fucking wheel came off," and he's like, "Hey man, I'll be right up." So he came up with his little bag of tools, and we fucking put the wheel back.
Did you
on.
sit there and watch him do it?
Yeah.
We were on a road trip once, and my buddy put his weed in the microwave
Oh.
and then left it there, and we went back like we had just like pulled out. And like we got like 5 minutes away and came back. That bitch was already gone. that weed was not there.
That must be the go-to hiding place for the marijuana. What's your goal for the year, Matt?
I think I have a few of them. I'm mulling around here. One of them we talked about yesterday that I want to shoot more. So doing like 100 rounds, shooting 100 rounds a week of whether it's pistol, rifle, something, but coming up with drills so it's not just like, hey, I went out and I shot, but like actually getting better at firearm use is one of them that I'm tossing around. The other one is reading or consuming more books, like a book a month is there. I think I can do more. That one shouldn't be hard.
Fiction or nonfiction?
I don't know. Probably nonfiction. I'm kind of on this kick of like researching and looking into a lot of biographies because I listened to that Founders podcast. The guy who does Founders was on.
He's read like 450 plus
He's done
biographies.
400 something. He reads a biography a week and then does a podcast on to like sum it all up. And so that was super interesting. I listened to his takeaways from that, so that kind of got me down that kick. So probably nonfiction, but I don't think if I do a book a month, then I'll keep it at nonfiction. If I do more than a book a month, I will probably not do entirely nonfiction.
So I was reading. This was years ago, but I was reading Game of Thrones, and then I was reading Mark Levin.
Mark Levin.
Mark
Oh,
Levin.
he's the Life, Liberty, and
Yeah,
he's on Fox News.
yeah. So he writes at a PhD level, and he will not dumb it down. He says,
Yeah.
"I'm not dumb."
He's like a constitutional
Constitutional scholar. Yeah.
scholar. There you go. I was saying attorney, but he's a
So
constitutional scholar.
I was reading that, and I was reading Game of Thrones
Same
at the
thing.
same time. And like whenever I switch books, I would like read 2 or 3 pages and be like, I gotta reset and go back because it's just like the language was completely different. Like what was happening. I'm reading some like have you ever read Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I read the first 2.
So it's like it's written
very
medieval,
Yeah.
like language, you know,
language and like
and then you're
you
trying
hop
to
around
keep
from different characters. and,
Yeah,
like,
you're
different
trying to keep.
worldviews.
They have a freaking family tree in the back, so you can figure out who goes
Yeah.
where. And then you have Mark Levin, who's I'm reading a thing on it was a Liberty Amendments, like talking about the Convention of States. The states can actually have a convention and create an amendment. You don't have to go through Congress. So,
yeah.
He gets very angry.
yeah,
He's very fired up on a show.
But those two, and then something physical. I'll probably actually end up doing both of those. And then I wanted some kind of physical challenge. I don't know what that is, though. I like the idea of rucking at least 5 days a week. But I want something measurable. Like the first two are measurable, right? Like I can shoot 100 rounds. That's objectively yes or no, I did it. If it's reading a book a month or two a month, objectively yes or no, I can do it. If I ruck at least 5 days a week or average 5 days a week, like that's measurable, but it's not like a performance indicator. It's just kind of like, hey, I went out and did it. So I don't know if I'll do something like, I'm still really interested in doing the VO2 max and then like building a program to see what that improves to. Because I'm imagining my VO2 max is pretty suboptimal right now. So it wouldn't take a lot of work.
I don't know. You've
Like,
done a lot of rucking.
yeah, but I'm also pretty fat. So like the body size.
They kind of like counterbalance.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think like for the size, sure, I bet my endurance and my capacity is decent, but like from a measurable VO2 max, like your
near
size, they're like, ooh, how are you alive? I'm like, that's a good question. So something along that line, because I'd like to have some kind of like objective metrics to see like,
You could do
am
like
I getting
miles.
better, right? I could get like in time, right? I have what I did when I did the 75 hard. I know I can make it to here and back in 45 minutes, and just like test that every month or something like that, and like go a little bit further.
Yeah, you could just say, hey, for this first week, I'm going to do this distance and just
And then just keep adding stuff onto it. But I
Add weight
do
or
something like that,
distance.
and so but then like from the book one, that's the one that I'm like, to like have an objective measure of improvement for that one. I'm like,
I don't know if everything. I mean,
you don't have to measure everything. It's just, it's easier to know, like, is the output, like the output is more important than the input. So like if you just, like the people that read, you could read a gazillion self-help books, but if you don't take any of the information in and you don't do anything with it, then they might as well have been fiction books, right? So whatever you put out from those is the more important piece. But I think the other two are pretty measurable. That one, I mean, I'll come up with some kind of metric, but I also just want to get back in the habit of reading more and consuming more and learning again. Because I feel like I've kind of let that slip off.
there you
I
go.
think those are my three. I'm gonna do
Oh,
those.
3. What do you got, Tanner?
I want
300
to,
overhead.
Huh?
300 overhead press.
Still, that's going to be a lifelong goal.
You still got time this year.
Yeah,
Go knock it out right now.
I want to procrastinate less and try and be more productive. So I think that's going to require some kind of, probably like the habit of not looking at your phone. Because,
So hard sometimes.
well, it is, because you have 5 or 10 down minutes or 15 minutes and you could be doing something productive. And instead you just grab your phone. And sometimes it's productive, like if you're searching for something or researching or whatever. But most of the time it's just fucking.
Well, it's hard, I think, because on the business
brain
end, you
rot.
try to be somewhat active on social media and post things. And then next thing you know, you're like, you post and you're like, well, I'm already on here. I'm going to like scroll through.
But I really want to stop. So I am pretty ADD. So like if you look at my phone, there's 100 alarms in there. Like everything that has to be done gets put in an alarm. I have put an alarm to make sure I take my lunch in the morning. Like I do it every day, and I just it's still alarm at like before I leave the house. It goes off like lunch. So everything. So I'm just one of those people that if you tell me to do something, like if I don't do it right then, there's a very good chance it's not getting done.
Yep.
Like it's just, you know what I mean? Like I can't.
Yeah. So what do you think you can put in place, or what will you put in place?
I'm just going to do it.
You're just going to do it. So like, but how does that work if you have like something big, or you're in the middle of something now and you're like, oh shit, I think about.
Then I guess I'll just put an alarm and try and just like do it at the first opportunity. So instead of letting things build up or getting a list of things to do or whatever, like there's always something. So I guess mainly if I have downtime, I need to do something productive. So I have a list of things I can always do. You know, there's always tasks I can do. I can always work on workouts. I can always work on meal plans. I can always do research on stuff. Like so instead of grabbing my phone and scrolling like an idiot, I'm going to try and do something productive.
Yeah. Will there be a limit to like your productivity maximization? Because I like imagining if you try to fill every waking moment, partially speaking from experience, like if you try to fill every waking moment with productivity, it's fucking exhausting.
So so that I completely, so I was just going to maybe like put like use like the parent app or whatever, like the time app on your phone.
Okay.
That you only have X amount of
like screen time or something like that.
That's
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have some kind of, rather than limiting or like trying to say like every moment I'm awake I have to be productive, I'm going to allow myself some amount of free time, right?
Right.
But I'm going to cap that out. So it's that will be the limiting factor.
So in my brain, if hey, when I get like before bed, if I want to scroll, I need to save that time.
Right.
So then I have other stuff to do.
So you don't burn through all your time right when you're pooping in the morning and
Right.
you're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. Shit.
Yeah. Literally. Shit. Yeah. I like that. That's a big, I think that's a really important thing is like being productive, doing stuff, but like not just doing stuff, but like accomplishing things.
Right.
Because we can all find busy stuff to do, but then you look back on it and you're like,
well, okay.
Did
For
I
example,
do
like I want to put a gutter on the like pergola I built over my,
yeah.
so, you know, instead of just putting it off, like just run by, grab a fucking gutter.
Yeah.
Grab a rain barrel, like do what you're going to do.
Isn't it funny? Like when you put it off because you're like, oh, I'm going to have to do this. I've got to do this. And like, then you do it and you're like, fuck, why did I wait so long to do that?
Yeah, it took like 10 minutes.
Like 90% of the stuff that I put off, it's like, once I get done, I'm like, oh.
Well, it's stupid. Like my training program, I write my own and then like other people follow it, right? I'm ahead of them. I know I'm ahead of them by weeks. So I have a little bit of leeway, but it literally doesn't take me that long to fucking do it.
Right.
Like, but then like I put it off all week and don't do it till Saturday because I have to have it done by Monday.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no point. I could work ahead. I could think about new things instead of getting to Saturday, be like, oh shit, you got to pop something out.
Yeah.
Like I could, you know what I mean?
That's called something in the business world where essentially like whatever time you're allotted to do something.
That's how much time you take.
That's how much time you'll take, right? And so I think Ed Milet talks about it in his book, I think One More Rep or The Power of One More. Either way, like him breaking his day up into, he breaks it up into 3 6-hour days. Is what he tries to break it up into. But in that, he's like, all right, I have 6 hours to get my 8 hours or 12 hours of work done. So now that time, rather than stretching it out to take 8 hours, it's like, fuck, I've got to get all this done in 6 hours.
Well, yeah, it's amazing. Like when you have to do something, how much faster.
Right. You can just get it done and you just fucking do it. And you're like, oh God, that didn't take that long at all. And you're like, oh, now I can do this other thing, right? And rather than doing the thing, like, because we all have stuff that we have to do, even if we like doing it, like there's things that we have to do and things that we want to do. And so we like, I find myself doing the stuff that I want to do because I'm like, oh, this is fun. And I'm not doing the thing that I have to do, even if I like it, like I have to do this. And then it gets down to crunch time, right? I have an hour left to get it done. I do that. And I'm like, whew, that didn't take very long at all. But if I had just done that first, then all this time I spent doing what I want to do would have been stress-free because I already would have done the thing that I had to do.
It's like every time I procrastinate and succeed, it just
reaffirms
my procrastination.
Yeah, people are like, oh, I work better under pressure. I'm like, no, it just really only took you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you had a week to do it and you thought it was going to take a long time, but really you got it done in 20 minutes because it only would take you 20 minutes. So you can do that 20 minutes at the end. You can do that 20 minutes at the beginning, or you can do, 1 minute at a time over the whole, but it's really only going to take fucking 20 minutes.
Right.
That's where Andy Frisella talks about his power list. And it's a list of 5 to 7 tasks or whatever.
Yeah.
And he gets them done right away. And then the rest of the day you can do whatever. It's like if I get these first 5, 7, 10 things done in the morning, the rest of the day, not necessarily like fuck off, but then like you don't have to stress about getting the things done.
Yep.
Because I just get them done right away in the morning. And then if I have meetings or whatever, I don't have to sit there like, well, I got to go because I got to go do this other thing.
That's something I incorporated into business. I don't do it well outside of work, but for work, there's there's 3 lists. There's the top 3. I call them my top 3, right? So there's 3 things that I have to do that I established the day before. One of those things I do before I do anything else for work. So therefore I'm down to 2. Then you have the list of like other things that need to get done, but they're not that important. Then you have like your time fillers, and breaking it out like that. Because if like you get those top 3 things done right in the first thing in the morning, you're like, cool. Like those were the things that I had to get done. They were critical to whatever task, like writing programs, right? If Saturday is the day that you have left to do that done, and you knock those things out right away, you're like, all right, cool. The rest of Saturday is like for me to do whatever I want. And then you have this other stuff that you can fill in that makes progress forward. But yeah, having a power list or having something, again, I do it for work. I don't do it very well personally, but professionally, that's a fucking game changer on productivity.
But I weirdly like have in my head, like if it's like, oh, I can do it tomorrow. I'm like, what if something happens and I can't be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what if you get sick or you fucking die? You know what I mean? You're just like, well, you might as well do it now, you know? And then, because you're like, what if something happens and you can't do it tomorrow?
Yep.
Well, if you died, like who cares?
My thing is I don't want to leave it for somebody else to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's, and I try to get most of that stuff done early.
Yep. What about you, Brett?
I'm going to do more content.
What's your objective measurement for it?
I was looking back at our stats again. And it's kind of a double-edged sword, the whole like doing these Barbell After Dark videos. It'll be good for the podcast, I think, especially like our YouTube page. And if you aren't on our YouTube page, you should follow us because you can look at our handsome faces. And we've really stepped up the lighting setup on here. The lighting's gotten better.
Yeah, we do have.
We had some help. My guy here at the gym helped me out, but I think for that, but also for people at the gym, getting the gym out there more, get more people.
Yeah.
But I was looking like if we could get into the top 25 of podcasters on there, the top 25%, not top 25 podcasts, but that'd be great too.
Yeah.
But top 25% of downloads.
What's the metric difference between where we're at now and the top 25%?
As far as they based off downloads the first 7 days.
What would you say? It's like 4 times the downloads?
Yeah, basically we need 4 times our downloads.
4x downloads in the first 7 days to make the move from
top 50% to top 25%. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we want to get to the top 1%, we need like a 200% increase.
A bot.
Or Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, give me a call.
And I want to put like we've talked about it, and we again procrastinate. We just need to get like some good guests on here. Whether we get some repeat ones, that's fine too. I got a text from Dave Tate the other day, a Merry Christmas one. I was like, oh, I should ask him about the podcast. I was like, probably not the right time. But I think that'll be an on the phone one.
David.
And on the phone one, but I can do like a cool screen overlay with his face there.
If he wants to do it, I will fly out there.
I looked yesterday. Me and Tanner were talking. It was like $400 to fly there and back in one day.
Done. I'll do it.
If we all went, that'd be like fucking almost $2,000 to fly out there and back in one day.
That's fine. I mean,
Are you buying?
no.
You got points? Fuck you got points. You can probably buy
I can
everybody's.
fly first while you guys fly with the fucking commoners.
Southwest doesn't have first, bitch.
American does, bitch.
Oh, not even on the same flight with you guys. Fuck you
Yeah.
guys.
No. Not what's the difference between Ryan.
All I heard was Matt has enough points for all of us. To fly
That's what and he didn't deny it. I don't need to fly first class. Just get me on the plane, bro.
A lot of people sneak on planes. There's all kinds of people.
Actually,
sneak
but
on
traveling
planes
with this stuff on a plane would probably be annoying.
You just have to check.
You have your
it out.
minimum. You have your travel one.
Yeah, the little setup we took to Al's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably just use Dave's.
Probably.
There's no way it's as good as us.
He's got one of those cameras on the track that moves, but he's got somebody that controls it. We don't have that. Womp, womp.
Coach X.
Yeah. But yeah, to increase those, obviously keep
Who
trying
would
to
you
grow
want
the
to have
gym.
on? Like, what would you be interested in having on to like learn about?
There's a lot of people that you watch, and I'm sure anybody who listens to any podcast, they don't like I obviously I like Andy Frisell a lot. I listen to a lot of his. And they talk about business. And like obviously Tanner's got a business also. Mark and Claire, we've had them on here. I think that generalized business advice doesn't always work for every other business. So it'd be interesting to like ask him a very business specific questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he'd probably be really good for Tanner because he's got supplement shop. I mean, he's got supplement superstore. He's got his own brand of First Form, obviously, and you guys are doing stuff with your own brand. So it'd probably be really cool for you to talk to somebody who's grown into what he's done.
Yeah.
But
It depends on how good the person is you're talking to. Like Hermosi, he does stuff for people of all kinds of different businesses.
yeah, he made his big money in like
Gym launch.
in gym launch, but it was like weight loss contests.
Yeah, so he did that. He did gym launch, and then now he has acquisitions.com.
So what I found is like a lot of business people are one trick ponies. Mm-hmm. So they're really good at something, but they're not really good at adapting.
Yeah.
So it takes like a certain person like to be like a business coach who's done a lot of businesses, had success at a lot of businesses, understands the different nuances of things,
And I think
not
it's-
just good at one thing.
And I think it's also hard because I think Andy is very good at being the face of First Form. And, you know, I mean, not even necessarily the face of First Form, but I mean, obviously, like, his name draws a lot of attention.
Yep.
His podcast, too. He's, you know what I mean, what he does. And like you said, at one trick, and some business people will look like they're very good at other businesses, but just they already have a name, so it's not that hard for them to launch another business.
Yeah, but a lot of it's very hard to duplicate, to have more than like every time you have another successful business that is like a feather in your cap,
Right,
It's hard
especially in different sectors.
in different things. Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
like Musk is obviously he's Elon, but right. So he had, I can't remember what his first spin
PayPal.
something. Well, he had one before then. That
Yeah, he had
sold
one
off.
before then. He sold his first one like early. That guy
He was
talked about
like
it,
26, 28, 29.
and he
something
walked
like
out
that.
with like
30
what,
million.
was it 30 million?
30 million, rolled that into PayPal, and then rolled that into Tesla.
And then actually went broke, investing in everything. He had to borrow money for rent when he invested his money into SpaceX and Tesla.
Yeah.
he was like 3 months away from being broken both.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
yeah, obviously
at some
talking to
point
someone
when-
like Elon would be
yeah.
crazy, but I don't know that we're on the level
that's a
like
different-
the intelligence to talk to him sometimes.
Right. Oh, I mean, he would be. Yeah, he would be a different animal. But I think if you talk to, and as the interviewer, if, like understanding what the intent is, like if you want to pull stuff out, I think you're 100% right. Like some people know how to run their business, but they don't know how to press that out to other stuff. So, as like when talking to him, like I think just you can queue up the right questions and have to extrapolate and stuff from them. But yeah, to have someone who can like actually help a broader audience. Like you either have to be thinking about it specifically from that, or they have to be, you know, a special human.
Like my thing with like the way Hermosi did it is like a big box style gym, right? But the way I've always looked at Omaha Barbell is I don't like everybody here like actually cares about each other for the most part, right? Like, so I don't want to have that crowd of people who is just here for the gym. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want like,
Yeah,
I'm just here because I just pay my monthly dues so I can tell people I go to the gym and I enter this weight loss contest because I just want money and I don't really like, so not that I don't want people here, but I want certain people here.
right.
That's why I'll never be a $15 a month gym.
Do you think that automatically, like inherently, puts a cap on the max or the capacity or
Well, yeah.
capability of the gym? Right.
To an extent, but I think it's no different than, like someone. Okay, like you look at Tanner and Steve; they're very open about a lot of their views on things, and a lot of businesses are not. So you might put some kind of cap on your business. You know what I mean? But probably not but there's still a lot of people under that cap.
Right. But you're not restricting the clientele that comes and purchases.
No, but they might not like their point of view. Like,
Right. They might not, but you're not.
and I'm not telling those people they can't come here because one of these $15 a month gym people might come here and turn into someone who, and I'm not saying you have to come here and want to like be the best in the world, but we want people who actually like give a fuck about the community.
Well, and that's why every single time, like every time frame, whether it's your before 8 people, 8 to 10 people, lunch people, after work people, like there's all these groups here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And even if you're not like specifically in a group, like everyone talks. Like
Yeah, and I think you can be easily converted.
yeah.
Like it's a cult. You can easily be converted to someone who's very into it. But I just want someone who We want people who care about the people that are training around them, who care about the equipment, and want to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See everyone succeed, the gym prosper. You know what I mean? That's why I said this gym is very self-maintaining. It'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
As far as like, if you're like a dirtbag, you're not going to make it very long.
Right.
So yeah, am I excluding myself from having 10,000 members because I only charge $10 a month and certain people? But even that niche that we're, you don't have to be into strength sports. You can, as long as you just like, I don't even know the right word for, you know what I mean? I'm trying to summarize it, I guess, but I don't know the exact word that I'm looking for, but like just someone who cares.
Yep.
There's still a lot of people that I don't think we've even scratched the surface on the number of people that are here. But I also, and this thing too is, I don't want it to be where there's 500 people here at one time. And you can't get on, like, I had a guy come from one of the big box gyms here and he's like, dude, I can't get on anything. I go there. Yeah, great. They're $10 to $15 a month, but I can't get on any of the equipment. There's a line for everything.
Right.
So I like that we have the right flow. Nobody's ever really waiting for anything. People can work in with
Well,
people.
I mean, there's 8 different places to squat here.
Well, yeah. Yeah, there's all the different racks.
True.
So yeah, but we're not even there. You know what I mean? Like even if we could add a lot more, and you're still with the different groups, you're not going to hit that.
Yeah.
But I've always said we have that slogan. It's a perfect fit for everyone. But like, we literally have something for everybody. But we just want people who give a fuck, who want to be great at whatever they're doing. I don't care if it's, I just want to lose some weight. I just want to be in better shape. I just like the environment. I like, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. I don't care what you're training for. If you're just training for life, it doesn't matter to me. But I just want you to care. You know what I mean? Put in, because the people that are here and have been here for a long time are going to put something into you, whether it's belief. Tanner talks to everybody that's in here when he's here.
Yeah.
That's why he has 4-minute rest periods. So he can talk to everybody. But no one that's here at that time doesn't believe in the person who's working out next to him.
So Craig and I flip each other off every morning. Like as soon as, like right through the door, we're flipping each other off. And how old's that lady?
She's deceiving. I don't think she's as old as she might be.
Probably at least 60.
She's probably in her mid-60s, yeah.
Yeah. And she was hearing us talk shit. She goes, I want to hang out with you guys. She was here with another trainer. So I had her yesterday. Like we walked over and Craig's back and like, Craig. And he turned around and she flips him off.
But yeah, you just want people that are on the same page.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on the same page, but at least in the same fucking book.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I think there's a lot of people that can fit under that umbrella.
Mm-hmm. I think businesses that try and be everything fail.
Right? You can't be if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none.
Like you need to find your niche and understand. The only thing you have to do is make sure there's enough people in your niche. Okay, that there's enough available people in your niche. Like if your niche is too nichey, you know what I mean, then you're not going to do that. But your niche isn't like specialization, so you can.
Yeah, you can do anything here.
Yeah.
I just want those.
I mean,
people.
look how many CrossFit gyms there are. CrossFit was a very niche thing, and they were built on community and doing things that you normally wouldn't do. That's what they were built on.
And elite, and like being elites.
What?
And being elitist.
Well,
That's when they first started, right? Wasn't that CrossFit Omaha was like that? Like you had to try out to join?
I don't know, because they were at UNO when they first started.
Different CrossFit. Here's the thing: even within the CrossFit community, there are different levels.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah. So you have people who are charging $250, $270 a month for CrossFit, and you have people who are charging $125 a month for CrossFit. So even within,
yeah. But no, I always like to see growth at the gym either way, but with good people.
Yeah.
I don't want the good people that are here that have to deal with shitty people.
Right.
And if you're at a gym and there's shitty people, come here.
Try it out. There's no contract.
Yeah, there's no contract.
Yeah. At least we're funny.
Yeah. We have a good time. We want everybody to get better. But so yeah, that's kind of my goal. Is keep this place going and keep growing this. Bring in some more good trainers. And then yeah, work on growing the podcast. Like I said, get some videos out there. More content. Maybe try to go shoot with Matt.
Think Chris is going to try to run his 3 miles?
No, he doesn't give a shit. He said, remember that day he told us he has no goals?
He doesn't have any goals. He's not allowed back until he gets some.
But I might as well go shoot with Matt. He's got to drive by my house to get there.
True. If I go there, yeah. I think I'll go. I'm going to get that Eastern Nebraska Gun Club membership for sure because it's dirt cheap. I'll do whatever I want.
And I can go for $10 and go shoot with him.
Mm-hmm. Find a time for that. And then
maybe do some more. Now that we don't have to do the 45-minute thing, do some more Friday.
Yeah.
workouts. Like that one out back. I was like, we're killing it, Matt's like, 30 minutes left. Fuck this.
Gonna need some 4-minute rest periods.
I started to. I mean, we had a pretty good circuit going.
That was good. That was fun.
We had like tires with a sledgehammer. We had wheelbarrow, and then you had a walk.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, those are mine. I mean, they're going to be measurable. But big thing that's going to be measurable is actually doing the content more, like we talked about, more shorts, more videos, getting good guests on here.
I'm not sure mine's measurable or not, but
I think it could be. I mean, it can.
Well, yeah, if you don't have to set
subjectively
47
measure,
alarms, it'll be measurable.
right? But you can take note of accomplishments, right, of stuff that you get done.
Yeah, if you want gold stars to put on things.
yeah, maybe I'll get a gold star book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice. And then every so many gold stars, you get a personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
See?
Set up an accomplishment journal.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah. Your vision board. Yeah. I think my vision board just always had like money hanging on it. But yeah. So you guys let us know. Or content you'd like to see. Things we could do. We can, or obviously most of the Barbell After Dark will be training or nutrition stuff. The shooting stuff. That'll be a separate ordeal. Maybe we'll go do some, which we actually need to do these things. We've talked about it. We need to, now we're being Tanner.
Oh,
Just fucking procrastinate everything.
the worst.
So
Well, sometimes the hardest thing to do is get started.
That's the highest effort, lowest reward part of doing anything is the getting started.
the
Yeah.
journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Yes.
Yeah, but sometimes sitting on the couch is hard to get out to take that step.
Yeah, I don't even know who said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like
It
Abe
was
Lincoln.
Moses.
It's like Abe Lincoln said, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet."
Yeah. That's probably where you got.
Oh, I did want to just say one thing. The Bible is archaeologically correct. It's proven, very, very much so. And Jesus absolutely existed. Who he was may be in question, but he's not make-believe.
But no religion denies his what he was.
He's mentioned more in the Quran.
He's either a savior or a prophet.
He's mentioned more in the Quran than Muhammad is. So
Is it the Quran or the Quran?
I'm white, so I
Do you
say
call
Quran.
do you call them crayons or crayons? Because I call them crayons.
crayons?
Crayons.
You call them crayons? Yeah, I don't do crayons.
Isn't Quran Quran?
I thought it was with a K.
I mean, in English,
It's definitely
it Q?
the
It's
Q.
Q.
oh.
The Quran, they had the original. Like they had the OG book.
Oh, I thought you said I have the original.
No.
I was like, that's
No, I
weird,
don't.
but okay.
But no, they have the original OG book.
Yeah.
Untranslated.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's ultimately we just want everybody, all of us, are going to try to be a little less shitty next year. You should too. And hopefully 2025 will be great for everybody.
Yeah. It's going to have a good start January 20th, so
Yeah, we can go out there and make America great again.
yeah.
We'll see if RFK can make America healthy again.
Already, FDA's already banning food dyes.
Dude, if they fuck up
preemptively.
my Diet Coke, though, I'm just saying, bro.
Oh, they're going to fuck up your Diet Coke, and that's the one thing I'm like, ooh, I kind of like some aspartame.
Like aspartame, you have to eat a lot of that to be bad.
Fuck aspartame, but
Yeah.
food dyes, their FDA's preemptively, I think, banning some of those.
Are they gonna fuck with my Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah,
I bet it's got fucking red 5.
and
Everything.
and,
All the dice.
and they
40,
officially
yellow
said eggs
5.
were healthy.
They are.
I know.
Although I had an unhealthy egg just because it was old. I didn't realize how old it was.
But yours was a natural layer.
It was ucky. I think it had been in the.
It must have gotten like in the
a little
bottom.
long. It
Yeah.
had been in the nesting box a little longer than we thought. It was ucky.
Did you like throw up right away or get the
No,
poos?
it was one like I was cooking it and I was like,
Oh yeah,
Smells
if you can
funky.
smell it, don't
but
just
it was
toss
like,
it.
but I was like, I don't know, it's whatever. And then like I cut it, I was like, well, nope, that's bad. That's bad.
Nope.
So it was ucky.
All right, you guys got anything else?
I got a mini waffle maker. It's pretty nice.
Hammer's got a
I
mini waffle
would get
maker.
one.
The little red ones.
Yep. Makes
Yep.
the little tiny cute guys.
Hers might be just a little bit bigger than that, but yeah.
Makes like 6 or something of these little guys. It's
Oh.
adorable. It's great.
Yeah, you know, everybody out there, just try to be better. That's all we can ask.
Yep.
Happy
And
New Year.
Happy New Year from all of us to you guys. Be safe out there. It's an amateur holiday, so be careful out there.
Stay home. Get drunk at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but be productive the next day.
I've
Yeah.
done almost everything. Tanner's probably done everything that's going to happen after midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate you guys. We appreciate your guys' support, and we'll see you guys next time.